welcome back.
Thank you.
To Cigar Time.
Well,
You're
keep,
ever
well
So-
keep going.
so
I'm getting
friendly-
tired of carrying all the weight
you're
here.
ever so friendly show about premium cigars.
Correct.
Was that friendly enough? Did
It
he
was
sound friendly enough?
It was friendly.
He was friendly.
For me.
For him, yeah.
Paul.
That was very sincere.
This is like a line from a movie.
It is.
I'm trying to Blazing Saddles, something, I forget.
Three Stooges.
Well,
Hello.
it's good to see you all again.
Hello.
Now that it's after Christmas and before New Year's, this is before New Year's.
It is.
Yeah,
29th, yeah.
it's after Christmas. I hope Santa was good to everybody. I know he was good to me. Still enjoy another year of good health, and that's the best gift you can get.
Absolutely.
At least in my opinion, at my age.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm
So,
right there with you, brother.
I like money.
so you're the showrunner. What are we doing today?
I'm not the showrunner.
Who's the
Yet
showrunner?
next week,
Oh.
2 weeks from now. This year, we do this every year.
This is our customer's favorite show of the year.
Is this like
Is
an,
it?
Yeah.
is this like an annual thing?
Yes.
Yes.
It is. We've only missed it 1 year.
Yeah, last year.
Yeah.
So it's not semi.
So we're doing our top favorite 5 cigars of this year.
New cigars.
New cigars of this year. That's right. So
And it's, to clarify, it's something that
it's new to us.
new to us. It could have been on the market for a while.
Correct.
But it's new to us in our stores. And actually, it could even be something we don't carry.
So when you say new to us,
Which
it
is
could
probably what
be. It
that
could be.
is.
It doesn't necessarily have to be sold in our stores.
Correct.
It doesn't have to be, no.
But more than likely it would be if it was
Yeah.
that. If it was
Eventually.
that good.
Well,
Eventually-
we carry my number one cigar. I just can't get them.
Oh.
We're just on perpetual back order,
Uh huh.
I see.
which is
Okay.
a shame because I got several people in boxes of it. Bruce.
So that's what we're doing today.
Okay.
Do you
so
have
are
that?
we starting 5 to 1 or
5
1
to 1. Well, 5 to 1. Always 5 to 1.
So it's your fifth. It's your fifth least likely cigar to be the number one.
Correct. Something like that.
Right.
Okay.
Do you want to start, Paul?
Do I? Sure.
Number 5.
Number 5 would be the Mil Diaz from Crowned Heads, particularly the shorter side, the Edmundo. I just think it's an excellent cigar. It's got just enough spice. It's not a heavy cigar at all. It's complex, it's interesting, and it's very consistent.
Good choice.
That's my number 5.
That would have been in mine, but I had it last year.
Well, wait a
I
minute.
tried it last year.
What are the rules now? Because that would have been the Mil
No,
Diaz.
no rules.
No rules. So you can use each other. I mean, you don't have to be 5 distinct
Correct.
from
Yeah,
anybody
yeah,
else.
yeah. Absolutely.
'Cause then I would cheat and go number 1. I'd be the first one.
Right, exactly.
Moose?
Moose.
Well, unfortunately, my list for this week, the best 5 cigars I've smoked this year, are pretty much the same as my 5 all-time favorites.
Oh. Well, wait a minute. But they got to be new.
Yes, I know, but I wasn't a big fan of all the new stuff that came out.
Moose was not enamored with the new stuff.
Yes, the only new cigar that we got in this year that I really enjoyed was the Plasencia.
Almafuerte?
Almafuerte.
Yeah,
Good, good.
the Gorda.
Yeah.
That was the only. That's a fantastic cigar. I love that. It was just the right mix of oomph for me, it's flavor, but it was smooth as hell.
That's, that also was on my list, but higher.
Yeah.
I agree.
Scott?
This is going to shock everybody.
Farm.
My top cigar is a boutique.
For number 5.
Is a boutique.
Number
I'm sorry.
5.
Of number 5 is a boutique cigar.
What a shock.
It's called. Oh shoot! It's called the Pichardo San Andreas.
San Andreas.
San Andres.
San Andres.
Sorry. This one also comes from Caldwell, or Caldwell Distributed. It's from Ace. Has a Mexican, as you might have imagined.
San Andres.
San Andres wrapper. Nicaraguan filler and binder. You're going to get notes of cocoa, cedar, earthy. It's a fantastic cigar.
It is. It's very, very good.
We started carrying it early, probably in the spring, and it did well enough that we have it in a number of stores now, and it's kicking some serious butt.
What's the retail on those?
11,
Yeah.
10, 11, something like that.
Yeah.
And it's a smaller box, a 15 count box, and we move we need boxes. Guys come in and just buy boxes and boxes.
I don't think I've had the San Andreas. I've had the other one.
This,
that we
there's
got
a,
from
they,
them.
they actually have, there's a Maduro, a San Andres, a Habano, and something else, but the San Andres is,
I think
Cool.
I've had
I've only
all
had
of
the
them.
Habana.
I've had a bunch of them.
the San, that one's fantastic.
They are
check it out.
very, very good.
Now, that's the factory that's behind most of the Crowned Head stuff, isn't it, Pichardo?
I believe so. Yes. Yeah. It's also called there's Pichardo.
Ace.
There's Ace Prime.
Yeah.
I get confused. I get confused by it. But just let's
It's,
go with
it's one of
Crown
McGill.
Heads.
It's one of McGill's.
Yes.
Rob,
All right, I'm going to start off with an honorable mention that is number 6.
Oh,
number 6.
That's number 6.
Start right
Is
by
the
breaking
Buffalo
it down.
10.
Okay.
That was a very, very good cigar. We all loved it. It's the one that we brought in. We did the show on it.
Right.
And it was very, very good. I liked that cigar a lot.
Natural and Maduro.
Our customers are agreeing also.
Yeah.
I like the Maduro.
Yeah.
My number 5 cigar is the same as Paul's, the Mil Diaz. Just in case you didn't think so, it's right there. So, the Mil Diaz.
That's at number 4.
Well, I changed something around, but
Ah.
it was very good cigar. I love the Mil Diaz. It's just fantastic, and in the Edmundo size,
Yeah.
it's just a great cigar. So, Art,
I was gonna say
number 5.
the Buffalo because I thought that had all the right components.
Yeah.
Especially the price. Mm-hmm. Because in my world, price matters.
the fish ain't
Have
biting
fun in your
today.
world. Would you say?
The fish ain't biting today.
I know.
No.
I'm trying.
No, I'm not gonna. No,
I'm trying.
We don't have time for fighting.
no time for fighting today.
Oh, okay.
All right. Paul.
Paul, number 4.
Well, not to be redundant, but for number 4, I would go with the Buffalo 10 Maduro. Great
Wow.
price, tasty cigar, new, kicking butt in the marketplace.
Yeah.
I mean, we can't get them in fast enough.
That is true.
And I'm not usually a big fan of box press. I mean, I don't have an issue with it, but I don't particularly love it. But that one, it just works. Everything about that cigar works.
Remember, that comes from the manufacturers of Fugly.
Yes.
There's
Which
a lot
also-
to be said
What a
for
brilliant
also
name.
sell.
Yeah.
That's a brilliant name.
Yeah.
What?
Just say Buffalo 10.
Buffalo 10
with the Jack Daniels.
with the Jack Daniels. Yes. It has a caveat. With the
That's
Jack
funny.
Oh God.
Scott?
I'm gonna miss you guys.
Mine,
Yeah.
shockingly, is another boutique.
Wow.
I didn't expect you to pick anything else.
No,
I tried.
I bet he snuck
I-
one in. I bet he snuck one in from like somebody you heard of.
Oh no,
okay.
this definitely my top one is something you've heard of, but it's still boutique. Mine is called the Stolen Throne 3 Kingdoms. In fact, this was
yeah.
just released. Just came out about 3-4 weeks ago.
Is it already moved up to your number 4 cigar?
It's fantastic.
Wow.
Well, they're new cigars.
Yeah.
It's new. There's also there's a Stolen Throne Crook of the Crown that we've had all year that is also fantastic. And laugh all you want, but there's a bunch of your stores are getting them. They're on there. They're actually in the mail right now. Anyway, this is it's a what was it again?
Second
a
oldest-
Habano
second
Oscuro
oldest
wrapper,
wine in the
but
world.
the filler and binder have not been disclosed. Although I would guess
Oh.
the Nicaraguan. And this is like a $10 cigar. It comes and this one's box pressed, and then there's a Robusto also that is a round cigar, which I thought was kind of interesting.
Yeah. Interesting. That is interesting.
For the record, it's called a Parejo.
Parejo.
It's a straight cigar instead of a torpedo or any other kind of figurata.
Is this a Parejo?
It's a box press Parejo.
All right, well. So's the round one, right?
It's the box press round one.
Thanks.
Rob?
All right. I'm going to change the rules a little bit.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
yeah.
Since we weren't here last year and we didn't get a chance to do our top
enough.
5, I'm going to put this cigar in the Trinidad Espiritu. This
Number
came in
one, the
this is number
series
4.
one.
The series
The
1.
original. The original.
This is a phenomenal cigar. It really, really is. I love the taste of it. And we did this on the show when Tim came.
Yeah.
We all loved it because we did 4 shows with Tim, and this is the one that we all liked
Yeah,
the best.
Yeah.
I think it's unbelievable taste. So I don't have the.
You'll put a number on it?
So, no, I'm not going to put a number on it. No, yeah, number 4.
Can we dance to
Number
it?
4.
Is it good to dance to?
Yes.
Okay. Mine's already been mentioned. The Mil Diaz in the Toro size, I found a very delightful cigar. Can be smoked about any time of the day. Not too badly priced. And they are a little hard to get since Miguel owes me a bunch of them anyway.
Yeah.
And the Mil Diaz Toro would be my number 4, right?
Had we done the show last year, Mil Diaz would have been in my top 5.
Okay, all right. So now we're at number 3.
Number 3.
Number 3. So, you mentioned the Trinidad Espiritu number 1. My number 3 is the Trinidad Espiritu number 2. That's the version with the Brazilian wrapper.
Right.
It's a very rich chocolatey Maduro. It's got just enough spice, a little bit of earthiness, and a little bit of sweetness. It's a great combination.
That
It's
came
a
out.
fantastic
That
cigar.
one came out this year.
Yes.
So
Is that considered MATA, matted tobacco?
I don't think it's a Mata Fina. I think it's an
Yeah.
Arapiraca.
Ah.
That
Which
was
is
easy for you to say.
which is the one? Which of the Brazilian wrappers is the one that really has a taste that stands out uniquely?
Mata Fina.
That's what I thought. That's the one I like. Yeah.
We had an Eduardo Maduro that was
Matafina.
Montefina.
At one time, yeah.
4 years ago. Moose?
Well, it's not a new cigar, but it's new to me. I never had one before.
Well, that's part of the rules.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go with this LFD El Grande.
El
El
Grano.
Grano.
El
Like
Grano.
Yeah.
Grano. Yeah.
There's a lot of
I'm
people who
smoking it
agree.
right now.
A very popular cigar.
I
Yeah.
just love this cigar. It's got enough
When you
oomph
can
for
get 'em.
me. Yeah.
Well,
That,
we,
I just love the 50
They
count
come
yeah,
in
we
box.
always
boxes
have
of
them.
100.
Yeah, that one we
100?
usually do
Well,
have.
got
And
a
we still
guy-
can't keep them in
His
stock.
has a guy that buys them by the box.
Yeah,
A box of 100.
yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, it's not a cheap cigar either.
No.
Got it?
What's mine?
Number 3.
Oh.
Let me guess, it's a boutique.
No, not at all. It's called Jake Wyatt. It's a super
It's
boutique.
just, yeah, it's a premium.
Located right down
Is
the
he
street
a
from
relative
our-
of Wyatt Earp?
He may be. Yeah, mine's a Jake Wyatt. It's kind of an artisanal cigar, but as I've said, don't let that fool you. It is, Rob, you've had it before. You had one of these.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, it's the Jake Wyatt USIR. There's several different ones. And I really shouldn't like this cigar because it's got Dominican filler and binder, and the wrapper's Habano Rosado. But it's got this real natural sweetness to it and a unique flavor. A little bit of spice, a little bit of pepper, and I think the sweetness is kind of like an amaretto. It's just a fantastic cigar, coming to many of the cigar shops. Well, actually, it's coming to Colmar soon in Florida.
Okay.
Only
Rob?
Colmar,
Very nice.
Florida.
Yes, not my choice.
My third cigar is this year, and we featured it on the show. It's the Rocky Patel Disciple.
Oh, you killed me. That was going to be mine.
Sorry,
I actually had that a little higher.
did you?
Yeah.
Okay, you can say it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I gave it a 9.75
Yeah, it was a good
on the
cigar.
on the show when we did it with Max.
Mm.
So, I like that cigar. It's my number 3.
That's a pretty good cigar.
Yeah.
Also hard.
My number 3 is exactly what I'm smoking. You know, it's a new version of an old cigar. The product is 1845, and I like it in the long format. And
Threw the Cameroon wrapper on that?
yeah, and I
Mexican
enjoy every
Mexican
one I
binder.
smoke. They're consistent, easy draw. It's fair price, and they're just it's a sleeper.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it doesn't get a lot of
Absolutely.
hype. People don't jump up and down, but it's a delicious cigar. It sort of gets overlooked because it's an old brand.
It's the
This
cigar
is
that
not
got.
an old, this is a new model of an old brand.
It's the cigar that got me smoking cigars.
There you go.
Partagas.
You're right.
Yeah,
Yeah, the thin one.
Partagas, the number 1.
Yeah, thin, long cigar.
How's your number 1 party is?
No,
No, the number one model.
number 1 model.
Number.
Oh.
It's a pencil. If you don't, if you light it correctly and you charge just right, you can use it for a pencil as well.
Don't
Good
tell
to know.
him that, he'll steal it.
Yeah. So, if
But
it doesn't
try
have
not
the
to have it burning as you're
if it
doing
doesn't
it.
have the mark of the House of Pascucci, it's not mine.
Wait a minute, I thought I saw the mark.
The
It is.
mark of the
It's on there.
house.
That's the House of Vespucci.
I know.
He has his own brand of pencils. So now we're up to
Paul,
number two.
Number two.
Number two.
Yeah.
My number two cigar, I think actually came out last year, maybe even longer ago, but I just started smoking it this year, and I've really enjoyed it a lot. It's the Aventura Black Label version, and I smoke it in the Robusto, and I like it. It must have a lot of secco in it because it definitely
Dry out.
dries your mouth out as you smoke it, but the flavor comes through anyway, and I find it to be really good. It's in my regular rotation.
I like
all the
Aventura
time.
stuff.
Oh, God. Yeah. They
Absolutely.
make a lot of great cigars.
I like the one with the copper band. That's really good.
That's powerful.
I smoked one. Yeah, I smoked one the other day. Again.
Moose.
Well, again, one that we've had in the store for a while, but I just started smoking them again, is the Esteban Carrera Brownstone Maduro Maine, which is basically a Gordo.
Mainline.
Main line.
Green line. Yeah.
Mainline.
Okay.
Yeah, weirdly enough, all of the Mr. Brownstone sizes are named for things that relate to heroin. So there's Mainline, there's Smack, there's a bunch
I
of them.
don't know what you're talking about.
Do you know Craig, the owner of the company?
A
Yes.
little bit.
If you knew him real well, like I do, you'd understand that. Not that he's a heroin user, but the sense of humor.
Well, and you know that Mr. Brownstone as a name, although some people know it as a Guns N' Roses song about being addicted to heroin,
Oh, that I don't
actually,
know.
Mr. Brownstone was the first branded heroin going all the way back to the 1960s.
Get out. How would you know that?
Because I study weird stuff.
Yeah.
Have I introduced you to my friend, the Warehouse of Useless Knowledge?
Yeah. There he is. There he is.
Well, it'll come in handy if I ever decide
All
to
this talk
become
about
a
heroin, I
addict.
forgot where we're at here.
Right.
Number
Moose.
two.
Well,
You
no,
just
we
did
were
it.
just talking about it. I
You're
just
just talking to
didn't-
Brownstone.
Oh, okay. Who's it up to now?
Paul, you're
Up to Scott. Yeah.
Scott, this guy over here.
Number two, Scott.
Number two is from Placencia.
Ah.
You guys consider them boutique?
They're-
He's
they're-
not, but
Oh, true. But mine is the Alma Fuerte
Sixto?
Sixto number one.
I have not had
Oh,
that
the
yet.
number one.
It's just
the milder one.
It's an octagon, and it's the one that comes in the green octagon box.
It's a hexagon.
Sorry, hexagon.
Get your squares right.
Yeah, all right, hexagon.
That's what it is,
Phenomenal
see.
cigar. It's a Nicaraguan puro. It's near perfection. It's just I remember the first time I had it, I was like, "Are you kidding me?
I keep wanting
Like
to.
what?"
I keep wanting to try it, but we keep selling out of it. We sell so many of them. It's unreal.
We do.
They say it's a very good cigar.
So the number one is the green box one.
Yes, and the number two, I believe, is
Black.
the black.
Yeah.
You know, it's just a great cigar.
I haven't had it yet.
All Nicaraguan, so.
What
What
could
could
be
go
bad?
wrong?
Yeah, right.
What
what's
could
the-
be bad?
Wait till
What
you
could
hear
be
my
bad about
number
that?
one.
Okay. My number two is it's a boutique cigar, the Viva La Vida,
Made by AJ.
made by AJ Fernandez. He's not obviously a boutique guy, but the Viva La Vida. It's a cigar that a couple of guys that own a cigar store came out with, and they're just peddling it. So, and we buy a lot of it, and we sell a lot of it.
We do.
Especially
A
those
lot.
5-packs.
They had the Jesters. Yeah.
And they had,
That was the number 16 cigar of the year.
was it?
Yeah.
And I think they had three, there's the regular, then the regular Viva La Vida, then there's the Jester, which I think is a different blend, and then the 500 is
Five,
another
yeah, the
blend.
500 is a different one, yeah.
Yeah.
But I like the Robusto size.
I like the Jester.
It's
Mine
too
am-
big of a
oh.
ring gauge for me. It's a
Yeah, it's pretty
56.
fat.
56 or 58, something like that. It's too fat for me.
My number two is the Rocky Disciple. I agree. It was a good cigar.
Yeah,
A little pricey, but a good cigar.
yeah.
And sometimes they really come up with winners. That's a definite winner.
Have you guys tried, I know we just got them in, the Rocky Patel White Label?
Mm-hmm.
That's,
We did it on the
I don't
show.
think I have.
what's that? Did we,
We
had
did
that
on the
Oh,
show.
we did. Okay. All
Oh,
right.
yeah.
And we
That's a
smoked the
Patelov.
Disciple.
What's that?
It's a Patelov.
Yes, exactly. That's another good one.
It's
from
a Rocky Patel trying to be a Davidoff.
It is expensive. The white label.
Patel,
The white label. Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
I guess drum roll is required.
Da-da-da-da. All right, my number one is also a Plasencia, but not the same one that everybody else likes. I am a huge fan of the Plasencia Alma de Campo, which means soul of the farm. And the reason I like it is it has pretty much all of the strength and all of the notes of the Alma Fuerte, but it's much creamier on top of that. And that makes it such an easy cigar to smoke, even though you're overloaded with flavor and complexity and strength. It's so creamy and so smooth that you just keep smoking it.
Actually, didn't the I just remember the Alma Fuerte, the original, was that cigar of the year? A couple years ago,
I think it might
Maybe.
have been.
Might have
Maybe.
been, yeah.
I think it was, and they only had. I mean, they originally came out with like 3 sizes, and one of them was that kooky size. And then, I mean, they've exploded ever since.
But the Alma de Campo is sort of the unsung part of that group. There's the Alma Fuerte, the Alma Fuego, and the Alma de
What is
Campo.
the
Well,
Prosecco
yeah,
140?
those are, but those aren't part of the Alma line.
Oh, okay. I actually from Plasencia, is it the Plasencia Reserve? It's the one that's like the white label, about
A reserve original.
Reserve Original. It's like an $8 cigar. Aside from the Sixto, that's my favorite out of all of them. I
That
love
cigar
that
has
cigar.
an interesting history. That was originally called the Reserve Organica, and it was the first totally registered organic
I
cigar
remember
on
when
the
I-
market,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
nobody bought it.
Mm-mm.
No, because nobody cared that it was organic.
There aren't all. Isn't all Plasencia organic? Oh, there.
Well, that's what they had to do to make that cigar officially organic, is they had to set up all of their facilities the right way. But nobody really cared about it, and so they missed how good of a cigar it is until they changed the name and got into the whole rhythm of what they're doing now, which
They
is
don't-
very, very successful.
Of the stuff that has their name on it, they don't make a bad one.
No,
I mean,
not
there's
really.
one's better than the next.
Yeah.
Moose?
And-
Oh, I'm sorry. Go
No,
ahead.
I was just going to say that's been a real change for Plasencia as a company.
Yes.
Yeah.
They've always been really successful at making cigars
For
for
others,
other people,
yeah.
some of the best in the business.
Yeah.
And until very recently, they just had a really hard time selling anything under their own name. But that's
Exactly.
changed now, and I'd say that's changed forever.
Good.
Moose?
Well, you stole my thunder.
Okay.
Same cigar.
Okay. Scott?
But a
Ditto.
bigger shot.
My number one cigar is a Nicaraguan Puro. It's the Tatuaje El Triunfador. Now this is a cigar that's been around for a while.
I wouldn't consider it a boutique anymore.
No, probably not.
Because technically,
Because
if
it's-
you think of that as a boutique, the Tatuaje, then you'd have to say AJ is a boutique.
Yeah, you're right.
Because they all sort of came to birth around the same time.
Yeah, but it's a well-known company. But the El Triunfador's been around. They only make 2 sizes of Lancero, and I didn't realize they made it in this size, which is a Robusto. And I just ordered it just for the heck of it. I'm like, all right, let's give this thing a whirl. Wow.
Really? I
Oh
haven't
my
checked that out.
God.
I haven't
well,
had that
good
cigar.
luck. Good luck finding it. It's
Well,
been
I'll-
on
I'll
back
have
order
to
for
go
a
to your
while,
store.
but I don't have any either.
Oh,
I mean,
Yeah.
I've got a
Yeah,
bunch.
that one.
I have this one. I've got a bunch on order, but like half of those are. But it's about a $9 or $10 cigar. Just fantastic flavor, and the Lancero's pretty damn good too.
And I presume it's made by the Pepins.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
Wow.
would imagine, yeah. My number one cigar is, I can't remember if it was this year or last year.
At old age.
It could be old age, yeah. It's the
What
CAO
did he say?
Mortal Coil.
Yeah, I would have bet money that was your number one.
Yeah.
That was a limited edition.
It was a
cigar.
limited edition cigar. We don't have them anymore. But I can't remember if it was this year or last year's cigar.
I think it was this year.
Pretty sure.
I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure it was like
early
early
this
this year.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
I believe so. Yeah.
But yeah, that's my number one cigar. It's unbelievably good for me. hits everything on my taste
That
palette.
cigar gets a bum rap from some people who think that it was just to fill in while there weren't any Amazon basins
Right.
around,
Right.
which I think underrates the cigar.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
good in its own way,
Oh, it's fantastic.
not as a
I,
fill-in for anything.
I think it's as good as the Amazon basin. Totally
The original Amazon
the
basin?
the original Amazon basin. Now there's two different
Very
profiles,
different, yeah.
Completely.
but I think it's just as good as that one.
The only similarity between those is they're round.
Yeah, yeah.
Parejo.
My number one cigar, and the circumstances under which it was smoked add a lot to the story.
I know exactly what you're
You know
going
where
to
I'm
say.
going.
I do.
I'm not quite. It's the Plasencia. It's the.
I forget which one it is. It's
I know
the
it's
Alma.
around-
It's an Alma Forte.
Yeah, it was around 22 or
20, yeah,
20
some dollars, yeah.
When we got stuck in the terrible storm and tornadoes a few months back, and Rob was trying to get to his home, I was trying to get to my home, and we just couldn't get anywhere. Everything was closed, trees down. I mean, it was just, as most of you know, in the Delaware Valley, a disaster, especially around here. And I pulled into a shopping center, went into a pizza place to get a sandwich because I couldn't get anywhere. And Rob called me and said, I'm stuck too, I can't get anywhere. I said, where you at? He said, about 10 minutes from the shop. So I said, all right, I'll finish my sandwich and I could get back to Horseshoe, I could go back to the shop. So we got back, and this journey started around 7, and now
Yeah.
it's around 9. And I said, grab a couple good ones.
I didn't get home till midnight that night.
I got home 1:25. What a disaster. And he grabbed 2 of these Plasencias, Alma something or another.
Yeah, the Alma Forte.
And that was the best cigar I smoked all year. That was a fantastic
It was
cigar.
tremendous.
And under the circumstances, it was just unbelievable.
It's
Yeah.
interesting that's your number one.
Why?
Because it's a $22 cigar.
Thank you.
All right, the
Thank
first
you.
I gave you the setup,
Thank you.
but even at the price, that doesn't mean I don't occasionally like an expensive cigar that tastes good. So I just want to remind everybody, as the year is drawing to a close, I think I speak for the whole company. There's about 70 or 80 of us. We want to thank you for your business. Thank you for coming into our stores and watching our programs. And give a shout out to cigarsamplers.com. Who'll be here next week, Jeff Brown. And remind everybody to stay tuned for our, what's it called again?
Cigar
Outlet
Time.
show.
Saturday
Outlet
show.
show.
Cigar Time.
Saturday show.
Yeah, I'm getting old.
The Outlet show.
And I guess the next time we see you, it'll be 22. Everybody have a great new year. Look out for your fellow travelers.
That's right.
Which used to mean something else years ago,
Yeah.
but that's another story.
Happy New Year, everybody.
New Year.
Ciao for
Bye-bye
now.
for now.
Smoke if you got 'em.
Cigars.